5 locations so disturbing, so completely unexplained, that governments have banned entry, destroyed evidence, and silenced the people who got too close. I need you to stay until number 1, because what happens there has no scientific explanation, none, and it is happening right now. But first, I need to tell you something. Every single place on this list has one thing in common. People who investigated them too deeply, disappeared, lost their minds, or were told by government officials to never speak about what they found. This is not a coincidence. Let's begin. Number 5, the door to hell, Turkmenistan. In the middle of the Karakum Desert, there is a hole in the ground that has been on fire for over 50 years. Not a small fire, a massive burning crater, 60 meters wide, that has never stopped burning since 1971. They call it the door to hell, and here is the part that should disturb you. Soviet engineers were drilling for natural gas in 1971 when the ground suddenly collapsed beneath them. Everything, equipment, vehicles, everything, fell into a massive underground cavern. To stop poisonous gas from spreading, engineers made a decision. They set it on fire. Their exact words were, "It will burn out in a few weeks." That was over 50 years ago. The fire has never stopped. No scientist on Earth can explain why. The gas should have run out decades ago. Geologists have studied it. Engineers have tried to extinguish it. In 2010, the president of Turkmenistan officially ordered it to be put out permanently. It is still burning today. Something beneath the surface of this earth is feeding that fire, and nobody, not a single scientist, knows what it is. Stay with me, because number 4 is happening right now, in a country you visit for vacation. Number 4, Aokigahara, Japan's suicide forest. From the outside, it looks peaceful, beautiful even, but inside Aokigahara, something is deeply, fundamentally wrong. The trees grow so dense that wind cannot penetrate. Inside the forest, complete silence. No birds, no animals, no sound of any kind, just silence. But that is not why it is on this list. Since the 1950s, hundreds of people have died inside Aokigahara under circumstances that defy explanation. The Japanese government eventually stopped publishing the annual death count, not because they solved the mystery, but because the numbers were so disturbing they were causing copycat incidents. Search teams patrol year-round. Warning signs are posted at every entrance. But here is what nobody talks about. The forest sits on a massive deposit of magnetic iron beneath the ground. Compasses don't work inside Aokigahara. GPS malfunctions. People who enter with the intention of walking in a straight line find themselves walking in circles for hours, as if the forest itself does not want you to leave. Rescue workers have reported finding people who simply sat down against a tree and never moved again. No cause of death, no signs of struggle, no explanation, as if something inside that forest convinced them to stop. What I'm about to tell you next, I want you to pay very close attention, because this one involves the United States government spending your tax money on something they still refuse to fully explain. Number 3, the Bermuda Triangle, Atlantic Ocean. You have heard the name, but you don't know the full story. The Bermuda Triangle is a region in the Atlantic Ocean between Miami, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico, and what happens inside it has never in over 100 years been explained by any scientist, any government, or any military organization on Earth. Over 50 ships and 20 aircraft have disappeared inside the Bermuda Triangle without a trace. No wreckage, no bodies, no distress signals, nothing. They were there, and then they were not. But here is what nobody tells you. The US Navy does not recognize the Bermuda Triangle officially. They have never launched a formal investigation. The official position of the United States government is that nothing unusual happens there. Meanwhile, Flight 19 disappeared inside the Bermuda Triangle in 1945. 5 US Navy bombers, 14 experienced pilots, vanished completely. The rescue plane sent to find them also disappeared. 27 men, gone. The last radio transmission from the lead pilot said something that has never been explained. He said, "Everything is wrong. The ocean doesn't look like it should." And then silence, forever. Scientists have proposed methane gas explosions, rogue waves, magnetic anomalies, time distortions. Every theory has been proposed. None have been proven. The US government says nothing unusual happens there, but 27 men disappeared in a single day, and nobody in over 80 years has ever explained where they went. Stay with me, Because number 2 involves the US government lying to American citizens for decades about something happening right inside their own country. Number 2, Area 51, Nevada, USA. You think you know Area 51. You don't. The CIA only officially acknowledged Area 51's existence in 2013. For decades, the United States government looked American citizens directly in the eye and denied this place existed, while workers were being transported there every single day on unmarked planes, blacked out windows from Las Vegas. Those workers signed documents giving the US government the legal right to imprison them without trial. If they ever spoke about what they saw inside, people who worked at Area 51 died, with their families having absolutely no idea what their loved ones did for a living. But here is what the declassified files still don't explain. When advanced aircraft began flying at extreme altitudes over Nevada, pilots across America reported a massive surge of UFO sightings. CIA investigators were secretly cross-referencing every single report with classified flight logs. They could explain some of them, but not all of them, and what those pilots actually saw remains classified to this day. The US government was manufacturing the UFO cover story to hide something else entirely, something they still won't talk about. Stay with me. Number 1, you have never heard of this place. And that is not an accident. Number 1, the Hoia Baciu Forest, Romania. You have never heard of this place, and that is not a coincidence. The Hoia Baciu Forest in Romania is considered by paranormal researchers and an increasing number of scientists to be the single most disturbing location on the entire planet. Not Area 51, not the Bermuda Triangle. This forest in Romania. People who enter Hoia Baciu experience immediate physical reactions within minutes. Anxiety so severe they cannot breathe, nausea, burning rashes appearing on skin with no source, no insects, nothing. Electronic equipment, cameras, phones, all malfunction immediately upon entering certain areas. The trees grow in patterns that violate every known law of biology, twisted, bent at impossible angles, growing in perfect circles, with dead zones in the center where nothing, not a single plant, will grow. And then there is the case that changed everything. A woman entered this forest alone. She disappeared completely. No trace, no evidence, nothing. She returned 5 years later. Same clothes, no memory of the missing years. No explanation for where she had been, no aging. As if those 5 years simply did not happen to her. Scientists tested the soil in the dead zones. The results were never made public. The Romanian government has never commented, and every researcher who studies this forest reports the same thing. Something in there does not want to be understood. 5 places, 5 locations governments cannot explain and scientists cannot understand. The question is not whether these places are real. They are. The question is, what are they hiding? And why does every government on Earth agree to stay silent? Subscribe to the Origin Files, because the truth is always stranger than they want you to believe.